Hello, I'm Robin Crank, and this is Project Read's report for our annual general meeting on Thursday, November 13th, 2025. The information presented here is for the fiscal period of April 1st, 2024 to March 31st, 2025. To get us started, I'd like to thank all of the core program staff and contractors who work with Project Read. Myself, Ginny, Jane, Sarah, Christine, Nadia, and Marion. Thanks, everyone. Now, in September 2024, we gathered to celebrate the semi-retirement of Jane Tour, our longtime executive director, who dedicated more than 20 years to advancing literacy in Ontario. Friends, colleagues, and community partners came from all across the province to honor her lasting impact. It was a warm and joyful event, both a farewell and a tribute to a remarkable career. We're delighted that Jane continues to share her expertise with us in her new role as program consultant with Project Read. In order to make all of our work possible, we must thank our funders, the Regional Municipality of Waterloo, Ontario Ministry of Labour, Immigration, Training and Skills Development, Government of Canada, and the Ontario Trillium Foundation. Through their recognition and the support of our valued funders, we're able to continue our innovative work in adult literacy across the community. Thank you as well to our board of directors and our committee members who lead Project Read. These are the visionaries who help Project Read grow, thrive, and continue making a difference every day. Thank you to our 2024-25 board and committee members. One of our core committees is our fundraising committee, which is made up of Project Read board and staff members. Special thanks to Lori, Josephine, Megan, Robin, and Ginny for their dedication and their leadership. Thanks to the committee's efforts, we hosted our 5th annual Reading Rumble book trivia tournament in March of 2025. This year, we raised an incredible $12,737. Thanks to our fundraising committee for making the event a great success once again. We're already looking forward to the next year's event. Special thanks as well to our sponsors and our donors. Our silver sponsors for the event were Toyota Motor Manufacturing, Unifor Local 1106, and Freshco. Thanks as well to all the individuals and businesses who donated prizes. It is so amazing to know that these individuals and businesses value adult literacy and what it means to the community, and they stepped up to support our work. Thank you, everyone. In addition to our core Project Read team, our board members, and our funders, we're proud to have built strong partnerships through several community committees. These partnerships are vital. Now, Project Read leads 4 of these committees, the 2 Literacy Service Planning Committees, the Community Employment and Literacy Committee, and the LBS Program Advisory Committee at Conestoga College. We also serve as members and advisors on other community committees to help support adult learners across our regions. In order to support our work as a core service of Project Read, we provide centralized educational assessments. And we also pair that with a learning plan and, my apologies, a learning report and help that learner connect with the local programs to start on their upgrading journey. In 2024 and 25, we assessed 96 learners and helped them on that path. Each year, Project Read also works with the local community organizations to create our very own directory of programs and services. This is a valuable resource for the local programs, the partners, and the public because it includes comprehensive information about the programs and services that learners and job seekers might need to access in order to move ahead with their learning goals. So who are the learners in our region? In 2024 and 25, Project READ supported the local literacy and basic skills agencies across Waterloo and Wellington in serving over 2,000 learners. Now, if you look at the pie chart, we're only 3.5% of the total learners across the province. Now, that being said, I want us to keep in mind that the Greater Toronto Area serves the majority of the learners in the province because it is the biggest catchment area. Now, our programs do a fantastic job helping learners to see success in their programs with completion of at least one milestone per learner consistently happening, which is at a rate of 83%, which is higher than the Central West region and the province. The number of individuals who self-identify as being a newcomer or visible minority learner, that has increased substantially in our programs over the past year. We had in Waterloo-Wellington alone, our learner numbers in this category increased by 300 people. The age of our learners is also changing. The majority of our learners that we're seeing now are under the age of 30. That's close to half of our learners. But the good thing is that it seems that these students are recognizing they need more support and skills development earlier in life. Interestingly, 40% of our learners, adult learners, have some post-secondary education, which is a slight increase from last year, but still lower than Central West region and Ontario's overall provincial learner numbers. In Waterloo-Wellington, of our learners, 36.9 of them are actually employed in some way, either full-time, part-time, or self-employed. So these learners are balancing work and study commitments as they pursue their learning goals. At the same time, just over half of our learners in our program have no source of income at all, or they rely on social assistance, which means that it's very limited. Now, these learners face added financial barriers as they work to strengthen their skills and improve their future opportunities. We're also seeing increases in our formal referrals into our literacy and basic skills programs. We track this to ensure that there is a coordinated approach and that this will help adults to connect to our programs from multiple entry points within the system. If we want to look over the past 5 years at some trends that we're noticing, we're seeing more educated learners, an increase of 9.7% over the 5 years. We're also seeing an increase in the number of structured formal referrals that we're seeing from our partners. That's increased by 18.1%. Which on the other side of that, there's actually been a decline in informal referrals by about 14.8%. So those are the ones that are happening through word of mouth. We're seeing less of that happening for some reason. We're also noticing longer gaps in their training. Learners who have been out of formal education for more than 6 years, that has increased by 15.1%. And as well, we're seeing interrupted education history more frequently now. Learners with interrupted education, that's increased by 11.3%, which is potentially linked to lasting impacts of the pandemic. So we're monitoring these trends closely and trying to ensure that our staff and our program partners working in adult literacy, they have the tools and the resources they need to serve these changing demographics that we're seeing in our programs. So what are we doing? We are offering professional development opportunities. And over this fiscal, We offered Bridges Out of Poverty, bibliotherapy, soft skills, understanding and applying principles of trust, as well as task development training. Through these opportunities, we provided training to over 125 practitioners, and participants indicated that it was extremely beneficial to their work in supporting adult learners and job seekers. And we also value professional development internally at our organization. So in May of 2024, Project READ's board and staff came together for an annual day of professional development and strategic planning. That session, our focus was on leadership, collaboration, and alignment to ensure that our entire team was united in a vision and direction as we move forward with our strategic plan. Through open dialogue and shared reflection, we strengthened our understanding of one another's roles, we refined our goals, and we reaffirmed our commitment to Project READ's mission. We ran several projects over that last fiscal period with program development funds. We developed culminating tasks and milestones. We offered 25 Better Jobs Ontario assessments. We developed and delivered capacity building training for literacy and basic skill programs, as well with the skills development funding. We developed and delivered sessions called Leg Up to Material Handling, which is a program in partnership with KW Habilitation in order to deliver a program for individuals with developmental disabilities geared towards working in material handling. It was a really exciting project. In 2024-25, we continued to provide Get Set Learn programs with partnerships and funding. We had an additional 29 parents and 50 children participating in those programs during 2024-25. And it was thanks to the Ontario Trillium Foundation, the Resilient Communities Grant, that we were able to deliver 2 sessions of the Get Set Learn Coding Unplugged program. And we continued our collaboration with the Somali Canadian Association of Waterloo Region to offer a Get Set Learn program as well, specifically designed and modified for the Somali community. In October, we celebrated the launch of the Get Set Learn coding program at Victoria Hills, and we're happy to welcome and be joined by MPP Aisling Clancy and MPP Catherine Fife. We're really excited to have this new program as an addition to the Get Set Learn family literacy programs that we have available to us that we can share locally and across the province. Thanks to the funding from the Summer Students Grant, we were able to offer the Literacy Break program, which served a total of 476 people over the summer months. Big thanks to Anna, our Literacy Bike summer student in 2024. So thank you everyone for joining us today. We look forward to more exciting developments in 2025 and 26, and we hope to see you at our future events.